All right, Washington State head swimming coach Russell Whitaker. Thanks for joining us. We'll recap the Colorado State win. So you guys beat Colorado State last week at Give Pool, improved to 3-0 in the dual meets. We talked to you afterwards, but earlier this week, Emily Lundgren named the Mountain West Swimmer of the Week. What's it been like watching your All-American? Now a couple months into her senior season.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Again, just the impact that she's had. I don't know that we can overstate that with what Emily's done for this program, and not just for herself. I mean, obviously the accolades that she's built up, being an All-American, hitting that 50th individual career win, but especially just again how she's a leader for the rest of the locker room, for the rest of the women on this team as well. And so very excited for her. I think it's just an amazing journey that she's been able to have, and we're just hoping that we can cap this journey off, as on the high note as we possibly can here through the rest of this year.
A big one coming up for you guys, a big national meet. You guys head out to Iowa for the Hawkeye Invitational. First off, tell us a little bit about the meet. It's kind of a different schedule-wise, I believe a Tuesday through Friday. So can you tell us about next week, the Hawkeye Invite, and then who's competing and set up the schedule?
Yeah, so it's going to be following, I guess, the traditional or what was the traditional NCAA format. So Tuesday will just be the 2 med and 8 free relay. Last year, our 200 medley relay was the first out from the NCAA championship. Yeah. So we're really getting after that. That's kind of the main reason as to why we chose this invite, with the relays being separate. So our 2 med, we're returning all of those members, and I know those girls are really fired up to get after it. And then the rest of the meet just kind of following the traditional format. But the team's very excited for the lineup that we're going to have there. It'll be us, University of Miami, Florida, Nebraska, Iowa State, Northern Iowa, Illinois, UConn, and Kansas. So between the 9 teams, it's going to be a great showing. You got a good mix of a lot of different conferences in there as well. And I think we're set up pretty well. Again, we're not going to go so much after a team score. We're doing what we need to do to get set up for conference and NCAAs, and I think the score will reflect itself at the end of the meet.
How much excitement is around this program right now? We know the success of Emily Lundgren and Darcy Revick, your 2 NCAA qualifiers that returned from last year, but there's a number of newcomers that are picking up their first career wins, that swam well all fall, kind of leading up. Is this part of the plan to see how people can produce some impressive times at the Hawkeye Invite next week?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we've touched on it a lot in our chats and even after our post-meet interviews, but just the confidence of this team. Again, that's so cool seeing Isabel Parrish pick up her first career win. Malika Yalcin getting to pick that up, and especially our newcomers at different times. Avery Bulkley getting to pick all that up as well. And so very excited for just the depth that we have of this team. I do think there is a lot of excitement. I think this is the best depth we've had again, from top to bottom on our team. I think we're going to have lots of people contributing points wise, and that's going to be I think a first for this program, as well as having this number of people, but again, just making it as competitive as we possibly can to get set up for conference.
You mentioned, lastly for me, you mentioned, what Emily Lundgren has kind of raised the bar and set the standard for this program. You kind of start to see it from other seniors, and Lauren Willie and Claire Anderson and Anna Rockholtz. Like, everyone's increasing their times, and we've seen them in the win column a lot more the first half of their senior season.
Yeah, I think they're just a lot of them, obviously, with seniors wanting to figure out what kind of a legacy they're wanting to leave with this program. But, I think also bluntly, I think just, again, the depth of this program of, we've got a lot of newcomers coming after those seniors. And so it's, again, for you to obviously continuing to earn that spot on that depth chart, but also where do you leave your mark on our all-time top 10 list, our school records, all of that, because again, this is a very formidable freshman class. We'll touch base on it at some other point, but our 2026 recruiting class that we just wrapped up with signing day this week, that is by and large our best class in program history and stuff. And so that's just that bar that we set. It shouldn't be we don't recruit to make it a fear component on our team. We do it because that's how we elevate the program here at Washington State, is bringing in women that are just going to continue to get better and better. And I think that we've been able to show that and to see it. So I think that's kind of where it is. It's a mixture of all of those, all of that.
Okay, the Cougs are 3-0 in dual meets this fall, but head out to Iowa for the big national meet in the Hawkeye Invite next weekend. So congrats on the hot start, but good luck next week in Iowa and on the national stage for the Cougs.
Perfect. Thank you, and go Cougs.